Hey everyone, it's Lupe here from Team Empire, and yesterday we got the official reveal of 2 new cycle cards to finish off the 5 Great Nation cycle cards in set 11, and then we got 6 promos announced, 3 being reprints with alternate arts, and 3 brand new ones. So today we're going to take a look at them, and starting off with, we're going to go with the cycle cards, and we're going to start off with, of course, Brant. So it's a grade 3, and his name is Elbird X Striker. It has 2 skills, with the first one being the same as all the cycle cards have, where if your opponent revealed a trigger unit for their drive check or damage check this turn, this unit gets power plus 10k and plus 10k shield. But then its second skill is what makes it unique to the nation. So this time, it's active rearguard circle once per turn, cost Soul Blast 1, and perform all the following abilities below. This unit gets boost and power plus 2k, so making him a 15k booster. And then cost remove an over trigger from your drop, and this unit gets continuous back row rearguard circle. All of your front row units get power plus 5k until end of turn. So this card is pretty good for decks like Avantgarda and Velstra, just helping push numbers. It is fighting for space if you're going to run it in Avantgarda with the new triple rare from set 10 halfway. But he can make Avantgarda really scary, especially right away on your first turn 3, because you can just Soul Blast 1 to get the power and boost, so making Avantgarda's power without his own skill being a 28k attack, which, if you're using the grade 2 order, that's an additional plus 15k power. So it's pretty scary for Avantgarda. Just helps push his numbers to get the on-hit to proc faster, or make your opponent waste a PG faster. And Velstra can help boost those numbers, just mostly his attack, or if you're putting it behind something else, like one of your rear guards, like let's say Freiheit, since his attack's only 10k, this makes it a 25k attack. So it can help push numbers, but that's pretty much it with the cycle card. The art looks really great. I really love the art, but it's okay. It can be useful and definitely in some decks, but that's pretty much it for that one. Let's move on to the Stoicheia one. It is also a grade 3. Its name is Flower Maiden of Aspirations, Florence. And continuing with all the other cycle cards, it has the same first skill. Continuous rearguard guardian circle. If your opponent revealed a trigger unit for the drive check or damage check this turn, this unit gets power plus 10k and shield plus 10k. And then its second skill is again what makes it unique to the nation. So it has auto rearguard circle once per turn. When this unit attacks, discard the top 2 cards of your deck and perform the following abilities. So right away it has Belt and Mill, which can be very useful for certain Stoicheia decks and even premium decks. But to continue on with the skill, it's Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets power plus 5k until the turn. All the cards discarded for this cost were not normal units, plus 15k instead of plus 5k. Note that it just says if they were not normal units, so this can include orders. And the second part is cost, remove an over trigger from your drop. Choose a unit card in your drop and put it into your hand. So for Stoicheia, this card's pretty good. It's just another form of revival. It also helps to set up Soul, or have more Soul for decks that are very Soul heavy, like Zorga for the cost of Alchemagic, or Flagberg for the cost of his Restanders. So it just helps fuel more Soul for decks like that. And for setting up Soul, it works well with Magnolia, since with Elder you can call something out from Soul. So that's pretty good. And then again, it's just another form of revival to grab your inlet pulses or key pieces like that. So, more revival is always nice. And it's better when it's not an order, unless you're playing Zorga. So for every deck that's not Zorga, you have another body that this time has shield and gains power. It helps you with Soul. Overall, it's a pretty good card. But that's it for the 2 cycle cards. Now we'll get on to the promos. So the reprints this time are Diabolus Girl Stephanie, Eclipse Moonlight, and the Plant Token. I like all these alternate arts, but I really love the Eclipse Moonlight order. Me and my Orpheus bias. I think the art looks really great on the reprint of it. Very excited to have it. And now we'll move on to the 3 new promos. So the nations that got the new promos are Dragon Empire, Stoicheia, and Lyrical Monasterio. So to start off with Dragon Empire, they have a grade 1 set order. The first set order that the nation has, and it's Heavenly Chakram Step Refilled. It has 2 skills. First is auto. When this card is put into the order zone or discarded from hand for the cost of your Vanguard's ability, if you have a Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, draw a card. So right away it just replaces itself. Very nice. And then the second skill is continuous order zone. If you have a Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, when your rearguard with Verena in its card name would be put into the bind zone or the deck, put all of that unit's original dress named Trickstar into your hand and put the rest of that unit's ability, or the rest of that unit's original dress into the drop. So this is basically Nirvana's henceforth, the Eva order, and it's really good for just dodging the most hurtful forms of removal for the deck. That being the ones listed, bind and bot decking, because Nirvana doesn't really have ways to get those back, so those cards would just be gone for forever basically. But now it can get those back, so, or it doesn't get those back, but your Trickstars go to hand, and then your Verena, everything else goes to drop zone, which if you're running Jiva, you can revive those with their Prayer Dragons and the Verena form, so it's pretty good. I like that card quite a bit. Again, it's very cool to see them have a set order. We haven't had that before for them. And it's just a great overall protection for Trickstars. And then we'll move on to the Stakeo one. This is a grade 2. Its name is Friendship Fairy. Its skill is auto rearguard circle. If you have Vanguard with Magnolia in its card name and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost CB1 and put this card into your soul. Choose up to 1 grade 4 unit with Magnolia in its card name in your hand and write it as stand. So this is just Magnolia's Amelia, the one that for Nirvana that could let you get to Malhar faster. So it's just that. This could mean that every grade 4 deck could potentially get it. That way, if you're going second, you have some way to ramp up the speed of your deck and not suffer to the mask decks or the Chrono Jet or Eva decks that are destroying the meta right now. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll move on to the last one, which is another grade 2. Again, for Lyrical, it's Refresh Time Portia. Auto, when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, cost SB1. Put all cards in your bind zone into your drop. Bind the top card of your deck, and if you bound a trigger unit, draw a card. So outside of Celestial, I don't really know the use in Standard of removing cards from the bind zone. But this can help Celestial just, I guess, restart their bind zone to try to get a new either White Wings or Black Wings activated, or potentially both with the triple rare that they got from set 1. So it's interesting in that aspect, but for the rest of the nation, I don't really know what its use would be. I'm not too familiar with Lyrical outside of Michu and Clarissa. But those were the cards that we got. The 6 promos, 3 reprints, 3 new ones, and the 2 new cycle cards. Pretty excited overall with the reveals, especially now that we have all the cycle cards. We can start testing them online. And that means we can move forward with the reveals on set 11, not just waiting for the cycle cards. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know which cycle card out of the 5 great nations you like the most. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.